WPHT Local Lifestyles continues.
Well, here we go. A program that is new to me is aimed to dramatically reduce drunk driving and impaired driving accidents. Vince Vaught is the spokesperson for DSV. Tell everybody what DSV is.
DriveSoberVow.com is a site dedicated to safe driving. By vowing and being held accountable by your signature, you get certified here to never drive impaired and to never text behind the wheel. We give a certificate for both.
Well, and both of those are so important right now, especially people using social media, their cell phones all the time. How did you get involved in this, Vin?
It was something that came to me, actually, divinely. The Lord gave it to me as a method that we could possibly fund some ministry-based things with our mission program. And it looked like a real good cause. It is a good cause. It's a person vows and then they're accountable by their signature. So it's more than just a conversation. It's us vowing to do the right thing. Is it a several-step program? Just walk me through it. If I say I'm interested in doing this, how do I get involved in that and what do I do? Well, you would, when I'm presenting to like an adult or a teenager, it's not just for new or second chance drivers, but when I'm presenting this, I make sure that they're aware that driving is a privilege. It's not a civil right. It's a privilege if you're doing all the legal things correctly and in order. So driving is a privilege, and then their most fearful thing is to get somebody hurt or to do something to cause grief and heartbreak. And if they understand that they're violating others' rights to safety if they don't follow these basic rules. And it's the golden rule of do unto others. And don't be guilty of robbing someone else of their right to safety. That's what you do when you're texting distracted driving or driving impaired. So when a person understands that and they're really sincere about it and we talk about it, maybe even pray about it, if you will, but whenever there's, making that vow and they sign their certificate and they get on board with much more than just saying, I'll do the right thing. They actually hold themselves accountable by signature. And it means a lot more. Employees, kids you're sponsoring and driving, whatever. So it's just a simple process, and 15 minutes or less. And they can get on board as a committed Drive Sober Vow member of our endeavor to build a society of safe drivers. Do you take this to schools and church groups and that sort of thing, or is it just out there for everybody to enjoy? It's out there for everybody, but we are knocking doors and making contacts and trying to present to youth groups at churches and get into the schools. And we've got a lot of flyers and bulletins and emails out. The launch is just recent, so we're taking off now. Is it locally, or is this going to expand across the country? Well, the World Wide Web, and it will expand. So it is a local base. It started in Evansville, Indiana. It's not national yet. There's not chapters here and there, but so it's a grassroots thing, and that's a good thing. Yeah, maybe you'll go viral. That'll be a good thing, won't it? That could take a while, but if it happens, it is good. You never know. This could be it. Yeah. How do people get in touch with you, Vince, if they want to learn more about your program or maybe get their youth group involved or high school kids? Well, they would get in touch with us by my number, which is featured on the website, and email. So right now it is word of mouth and whatever we can get through the media and through the internet. Well, it's got to be for you rewarding when the light bulb goes on for somebody to go ahead and thought about it this way. You're raising people's consciousness about their responsibilities behind that wheel. Yeah, we're well received with parents and grandparents concerned about are their young people going to. And the language on our certificate says, I will not ride with someone else that's doing this. Not only they won't, so it's comprehensive to cover the big picture. Well, it sounds really impressive. Thank you, Vince, for being here, and thank you for what you're doing. Thank you. You can take that Drive Sober Vow. We'll be back. Let's check in with Ron.